Okay. I'm going to call tonight's meeting to order. All rise for the flag salute.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Are we ready for roll call?
Yes. Okay. Councilmember Ryan,
Oh, he just made it.
Here.
Councilmember Sonmore,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Wall,
Here.
and Mayor Matsumoto Wright.
Here?
Councilmember Payne Donovan. Can you
You need
hear
to
us?
unmute yourself.
Rory's muted.
Can you hear us, Councilmember Payne Donovan?
Okay, and Councilmember Murray.
Attending remotely via teleconference.
That concludes, Councilmember Woodard asked to be excused.
Move to excuse Councilmember Woodard.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. He is excused. Thank you. Are there any late changes to the agenda?
There are no late changes, Mayor.
Thank you. So next is public comment. Do we have anyone signed up for public comment?
We do have one person, John Blakeschmidt. All right, you'll have 5 minutes at the podium. Please state your name and area of residence.
905 219th Street.
We need to turn that
Southwest.
on.
It's on, you'll just need to aim the microphone. There you go.
Okay, 4905 219th Street, Southwest, Mountlake Terrace. Okay, I want to say, good, you got the code people over here. That's wonderful. That's about a third of the way through it. Now, if you can get the cops to give parking tickets, that would be another third of it. And I heard a member of the council talking to a past member of the council, and they were thinking that maybe the cops thought it was below their dignity to give parking tickets. And I don't know if that's true or not, but if they don't start doing it, you gotta, I don't know what to do. Kick them in the backside because they haven't been doing it. And the other thing is, well, you need to get two more code people because they quit. And one of them, I'm glad because he lied to me as much as he told me the truth. So that's that story. And the girl I didn't know, so maybe she did good. But anyway, hire some outside people to come in that know what's going on and get them going. And the other thing is, I've mentioned to you before about replacing some people that maybe need to be replaced. That's my opinion, maybe nobody else's. And that's all. Oh, and if anybody's going north tonight, if they hit 220th off of 48th, if they would take a right and go down 55th, and the first thing you'll see on the left is a big sink sitting there on the corner. On the other side's the chair sitting out there, and there was like a chest of drawers. And then on the left, there's 3 rigs parked catty corner to the street, and I think their back ends are probably in the sidewalk right away, if there was a sidewalk there. In fact, I know they are. And the next house, oh boy, did I do that bad? I might not be able to pick this up. No, I'm serious. Oh God, I got it. Thanks. Anyway, 1 or 2 houses later, there's this car that's all smashed up, parked in there. There's garbage up on the hillside by another car that's parked on the yard. And that whole street clear down to 216th is pretty raunchy. It looks, have you ever been to South Dakota by one of the reservations? It looks that bad in places. I'm sorry to use that for a statement, because I lived on a reservation down home. Maybe I've told you that before. Talawa Reservation in Northern California. And my best 2 friends are, one's a Yurok and one's a Talawa, and my godson's a Talawa. So I didn't mean anything bad about it, about Native American people. I love them. They're good friends of mine. Okay, that's all I got to say, and I hope you can check that stuff out. Thank you.
Are there any others?
No one else has signed up. Nothing came via mail, and no one registered ahead of time online.
Thank you. So next is consent calendar, Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Move to approve the consent calendar.
We have one,
I'm sorry, Mayor Pro Tem. For the consent calendar, I just wanted to make council aware of 2 changes that, well, not really changes, oversights to the purchasing policy that we talked about last week at the work session. The first is that one of the items in section 1.3 on page 6 references section 14.3, should have been 13.3, so we're just cleaning up those references. The second is the discussion last week was that we had not changed any of the authorities as far as purchasing is concerned. The version you were shown last week had a $10,000 max limit for goods and services for department directors, and that's for purchasing things like chlorine and auto parts that are already budgeted and approved by council. And we would like to move that back to what it is currently now, which is $75,000 for those purchases for department directors. Those are the only changes. I'm happy to pull it off consent if you'd like to discuss further, but I wanted to make sure council was aware of those 2 changes.
Ask if anybody wants to.
does anyone want to ask more questions? Pull it out and ask more questions. Councilmember Murray?
Can I just ask a clarifying question? Was it 75,000, Jeff, or 7,500?
75,000. That's what it currently is 75,000. The version you saw last week lowered that to 10,000, and we just want to keep it the way it has been.
Got it. Thank you.
Yep.
Anyone else? Okay, so I don't see anyone wanting to take it out.
Okay.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Move to approve the consent calendar items A through H.
Second.
So it's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All opposed?
Don't sound so enthusiastic.
All right, that has passed. And next is our proclamation for Arbor Day. Councilmember Ryan. You can stand, come on in and stand with Councilmember Ryan over there. He's going to read it into the,
And who are you?
The chair of the Parks and Recreation.
Then I gotta make sure I can read this thing. Thank you, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, Council, City Manager, City Clerk, and audience. Tonight with us, we have Molly, who's the chair of the RPAC, and she's here to receive the City of Mountlake Terrace proclamation to celebrate Arbor Day. Whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday, called Arbor Day, was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska. And whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world. Whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cutting heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce life-giving oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products, and whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community, and whereas trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. Now, therefore, Kyoko Matsumoto Wright, Mayor of the City of Mountlake Terrace, does hereby proclaim April 10th, 2024 as Arbor Day in the City of Mountlake Terrace and ask our citizens to celebrate Arbor Day, to support efforts to protect our trees and woodlands and to plant trees to gladden the heart and promote the well-being of this and future generations. Signed by the Mayor this 4th day of April, 2024 in the City of Mountlake Terrace, State of Washington, in the witness whereof and the seal and signatures of this city are fixed. Thank you. I guess I'm gonna give you that. I don't know, yeah.
Do you want to use a new backdrop?
Over here?
It's like a movie.
Well, there's only 3 of us.
Just really quickly, I wanted to say thank you to the city for the proclamation and the dedication that's shown for the Parks and Recreation, the facilities as well. So thank you again.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. So next is the executive session to review the performance of a public employee, RCW 42.30.1101G. And we're going to be going into the back room for that,
Sorry, for 30 minutes.
for 30 minutes.
No action to follow?
And no action to follow.
No action to follow.
Yeah. So 7:14, we'll be back at, what is that? 7:44.
Okay.
If I'm doing my time right. Okay.
Okay. All right, we're back in session. No action taken. So next is the, we did that. City Manager's report.
Thank you, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, members of council. A couple things to mention tonight. First, the news that we all heard today from the press release, we have revenue service starting for the light rail on August 30th, Labor Day weekend. So that was excellent news. Very, very excited about that. Definitely wanted to mention that. Let's see here. We did have the budget meeting, or the budget open house, to talk about community budget priorities last Tuesday. Did have several people come, not as many as we would like. We would love to encourage more participation. And I try to thank everybody personally for everyone that shows up and shares their opinion with us. So when we have those opportunities, we'll try to make those opportunities more available to members of the community, and we'll also try to go to different places in the community to try to reach other folks that may not have the opportunity to come here to City Hall. We do have some open houses planned for the sub-area plans that are part of the comprehensive plan that we're going to try to do on the northern end of the city and reach out to those folks that are out there for the Melody Hill sub-area plan specifically. We're going to try to go to them and I forgot the name of the other one, Cedar Creek, the other sub-area plan that's in the northern part of the city. It'll come to me probably right after this meeting's over. Wanted to remind everybody, Saturday is April Pools Day, so we have water safety programs for the children in our community to help keep them safe, and that is going to be a good time over at the pavilion. And on April 19th, we'll have the ribbon cutting for Terrace Ridge Park with a new playground equipment. So everybody will get an invitation to that if you haven't already. I think Jennifer might have sent that one out today. So that will be exciting. And lastly, Ken Courtmanch, who, as you all know, is retiring after 38 years here with the city, led his last NPIS tour. It's a 3-hour tour, not on a boat. It's on in a van showing off all the parks in the city and the challenges and opportunities and things that are going to come forward over the next coming years and the opportunities we have for those parks. So good for him. He's been given those tours for 20 years, I think, and did his last one, and it was a lot of fun. So happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Are there any questions? Okay, I don't see any. All right, so next is the council liaison reports. Shall we just start with the ones on Zoom first? Councilmember Payne Donovan, do you want to go first?
I would love to, Mayor. Well, I guess I'll start. Back on March 26th, I attended both the comp plan open house meeting. It was a good time. Yeah, good energy. Saw some good conversations happening, and then ran across the street to the Diamond Knot where the chamber was having their networking event. I think it's monthly now, maybe bi-monthly. Anyway, that was also a great conversation. And then on the 28th, we had last week's we didn't have our networking event. We had our work session, AKA networking event. The following day, I had a really great conversation with our DEI consultant down in Edmonds. I'm really pleased to sort of learn more about that process and to sort of have an open conversation with them about how we're, engaging issues of equity and inclusion here in the city government and across our community. And that was followed by on the 30th, I broke Ramadan fast at a iftar dinner with the congregation at our mosque, the Masjid Umar Al Farouk, and really enjoyed that experience and getting a chance to know both the imams there and meeting folks who it turns out have lots of shared connections with. So that was good vibes, as the kids say. And then just yesterday, I had a great meeting in preparation for the upcoming Ballinger Forum meeting with our jack of all trades and I think stormwater director, Laura Reed. And I think that closes out my report.
Thank you. Councilmember Murray?
Thank you, Mayor. So on the 26th of March, I also joined the Vision 2044 Comprehensive Plan Open House. And I will share thanks for all of the work that's gone into the engagement around that plan. That is a plan where we had provided a lot of feedback about the importance of community engagement. And so there was a lot already planned initially, and they have gone back and added a lot more as part of that process. And so I just want to commend them on all of the work that they have, both all the work that staff has done in relation to that, all the work that the consultants that are helping us through that process have done in terms of engagement, and especially thanks to the DEI commissioners who have done a lot of work, both, reaching out to, communities that they are connected with. They have hung up flyers in our local businesses, which I have seen as I've been out in the community, and a lot of them were there. And I will say a lot of our commissioners from across all of our boards and commissions were there, along with all of our community members. So appreciation there, and also appreciation in terms of of, I think, thinking about inclusivity, particularly when my kids were younger. That was getting to a meeting, on an evening. It's hard, right? And so, we provided dinner, we had childcare, and they had folks in there who were doing fun activities with the kids. And I'm grateful that we continue to look for ways to make it easier for our community to plug in. So thank you to everyone who's involved in that process and all the work that goes in there. And then I also was at our work session on the 28th, and that is it for my report this time, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Ryan?
Thank you, Mayor. On Tuesday, March 26th, I had a conversation with our upcoming council retreat facilitator. And then that evening, I attended the Mountlake Terrace Comprehensive Plan open house and participated in all the activities on all the boards to help us understand and our community understand what's going on. And the activities included putting dots by special things that you'd like to see. Then I was on the 28th, Thursday, had our work study session. And then going into April 2nd, Tuesday, I attended a special meeting for the Arts Commission regarding music in the park, and we're working on that process. We have, the city has identified 4 dates in the summer in the park in the evening, and so the Arts Commission is helping in selecting groups for that. Then that evening, I attended the budget open house meeting with activities. That was fun to get to know what I'm sure some citizens aren't quite sure how the budget works or where the money goes, but it was all there for them to explore. And that's the end of my report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councilmember Sonmore?
Thank you. Liaison reports are coming next week because we have Left One meeting and we have Park and Rec meeting, and that's it for upcoming meetings. But we did have a, where's my notes? LTAC meeting, so we had that to review our process, and I think I may have told you about that. I did do my finance report today, so that's done, and finished my council training, and that's it.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Wall?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. On the 27th, I chaired the Snohomish County Tomorrow Steering Committee meeting where we had a report from the 2024 legislative session and issues that affect Snohomish County. We had an update on the economic and workforce development programs and a briefing on the Port of Everett boundary expansion, which we will all be voting on August 6th. If you didn't know, Port of Everett is expanding to all of Snohomish County except for Edmonds. We will have them out, I believe, in June to present to us so we're more familiar with the issue and are able to inform our citizens of what we'll be voting on in the August 6th election. Also, for anybody that may be interested, if you're not able to attend when they come out to present to us, they are presenting at the Linwood Convention Center for a South County Coffee Chat on May 30th at 4:30. And so if you're available or interested in more information on that subject, you can attend that at the Linwood Convention Center. But again, more on that for us in June. On the 28th, had the Puget Sound Regional Council Operations Committee, where we reviewed the operations and budget work for Puget Sound Regional Council, had an audit, the 12th year in a row where they've had a clean audit with no findings. So obviously our Puget Sound Regional Council is well managed, and also increased the contract authority for directors to $50,000 and had a staffing update. Had great retention at the Puget Sound Regional Council as far as staffing, which is also encouraging. Following that, had the Puget Sound Regional Council Executive Board meeting. Again, had a 2024 legislative session report. We also had an update on the Washington State ferries. discuss the Regional Climate Work Program, and a reminder that May 30th, we'll be having the General Assembly for the Puget Sound Regional Council. You were all invited to attend. Again, that'll be at Seattle Convention Center on May 30th from 10 to 1. Another reminder that Vision 2050 awards call for projects. We have until, we've extended the deadline until April 15th. So looking for great projects here in the region for what we're doing to achieve the regional Vision 2050. And then applications are also open. You may recall me mentioning it last year, but there's a summer planning academy for high school students interested in planning, and the applications are now open for that until May 15th. So if you know any students interested in planning, it's a great program. Let me know if you have any questions on that. On that evening, we had the council work session where we reviewed issues we approved on tonight's consent agenda. On the April 2nd, had the Snohomish County Council Presidents and Mayors Pro Tem, where we discussed regional issues affecting South County. On that evening, on the 2nd, attended the budget forum here in Mountlake Terrace. And then on the 3rd, I chaired the Snohomish County Tomorrow Executive Committee meeting where we discussed the operations and work programs for the Snohomish County Tomorrow. On the 3rd, met with our DEI consultants, and earlier today, the mayor and I met with the city manager for our discussion about city issues. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so for my report, on the 22nd of March, I also met with our DEI trainer in preparation for our retreat. And then on the 23rd, I thought I would attend the Wing Luke Museum. I didn't know that I was going to be introduced as a mayor, the wrong city. I don't know how they got me as mayor of Mill Creek, but they had my name right.
And the M.
It's M.
Yeah. Mill Creek, Mountlake Terrace, whatever.
So, but it was a good cause for the Wing Luke Museum. And then on the 25th, I attended the Snohomish County Mayor's meeting, which is all of Snohomish County mayors on Zoom. And then on the 30th, I attended the CT Orange Line ribbon cutting. What a fantastic event that was. And I also took the bus, the new Orange Line, over to Edmonds College. And then they had a big to-do over at Edmonds College, took the bus back. So at least I know how to explain to people how to get there and how to get on the bus to come back. On the 3rd of April, I attended the South Snohomish County Mayor's meeting. We have the full Snohomish County Mayor's meeting, and then we have just the South Snohomish County Mayor's meeting, which is only 8 cities. And then we met in person. We're going to start meeting in person now. So we met in Mukilteo at a Thai restaurant. And next month, it'll be in Mountlake Terrace. And so, and I reserved Diamond Knot for that. And and on the, and then today, on this community transit meeting, I was promoted to a voting member, and I actually got to vote because I'm a alternate. And so there were 2 alternates in use today, which is great. And that is the end of my report. So next is the new business. Do we have any new business? Oh, Councilmember Payne Donovan?
Yeah, quickly, a reminder, I know I mentioned it last week, but I would ask respectfully to be excused from next week's work session. I will not be able to attend. Okay.
Thank you. Anyone else? I did want to mention that I do follow social media, and there were some things going on about our utility payment and a problem that we had. And so I brought that to the attention of our city manager, and within less than a day, things were taken care of, and we had a press release, sort of, apologizing for the mistakes that happened. And it was a learning lesson for everybody. But I want the people out there to know that there's 7 council members. We all live in Mountlake Terrace. Most of us are on reading things on online social media. And if you probably put all of us together, we're probably on there seeing just about everything that's out there. So just know that we are paying attention, and we do listen, and we try to take care of things when we can. And that is the end of my thing. Is there anyone else? Okay. I don't see anyone else, so then we're going to be adjourned. Thank you very much.
Recording stopped.